Ahlan wa sahlan, and welcome to Arabic Language and Culture 1 with Laura Al Albani. I'll be your instructor throughout this series. In this series of videos, you will begin to learn the letters and names of the Arabic alphabet and how to pronounce them correctly. In this series, we'll be using the book Gateway to Arabic, Book 1. Let's begin. Open your book to page 2. The Arabic alphabet. In order to learn any language, one must first master the alphabet and be able to read, write, and pronounce it correctly. Please remember that Arabic is written from right to left, in the opposite direction of English. Today we're going to begin by learning the names of the letters of the Arabic alphabet. There are 28 letters in the Arabic alphabet. Let's begin. I'm going to say the letter and I want you to repeat it after me. Aleph, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Val, Ra, Zay, Sin, Sheen, Sod, Dod, Ta, Dha, Ain, Ghain, Fa, Qaf, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, Ha, Wow, Ya. That was great for a first try. Now let's do it again. Listen and repeat after me. Aleph, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Val, Ra, Zay, Sin, Sheen, Sod, Dod, Ta, Dha, Ain, Ghain, Fa, Qaf, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, Ha, Wow, Ya. Now we're going to learn to write the letters. Please turn your book to page 4. We're going to begin with the first letter of the Arabic alphabet, Aleph. Aleph is an easy letter to write. It's just a straight line from top to bottom. You'll often see Aleph carrying a letter known as Hamza. It's written either on top of the Aleph, just like this, or sometimes you'll see it on the bottom, like that. Please complete the page, fill it up with the letter Aleph. Just a straight line from top to bottom with Hamza either on top or on the bottom. Pause the tape and complete the page. Page 5. In page 5, we're going to learn the letters Ba and Ta. Remember to write from right to left. When starting to make the letter ba, if this is your line, you're going to start about a quarter of the way up the line, go down, around on the line, and back up. Put 1 point underneath. Let's try that again. Start a quarter of the way above the line, go on the line, and back up with 1 point underneath. The letter ba. The letter ta is done in the same way. If this is your line, start above the line, about a quarter of the way, go down on the line, but this time put 2 points up. We call ta the happy letter. It looks like a smiley face if you make it correctly. Let's try it again. If this is your line, start a quarter of the way up the line, go down, around on the line, and back up, and then put 2 points. Very often, you'll see people that just do a straight line. That's okay as well. You'll often see that in handwriting. It just makes it quicker. Now take a few minutes and complete the page. Now turn to page 6. On page 6, we're going to write the letters tha and jeem. Tha and jeem. Let's begin with the letter tha. Tha sounds like the TH sound in English. Tha. It's easy to write. It looks just like ba and ta that we saw previously. So if this is your line, you're going to start about a quarter of the way up the line, go down on the line, and back up. But this time, you're going to put 3 dots in a triangular pattern above the letter tha. Tha. Let's try it again. Start above the line, go on the line, and back up with 3 dots. You'll often see native speakers write it like this, with a little tent over it. Again, that's perfectly okay. You'll normally see this in handwriting. Let's try it that way again. Just a little tent over the letter. So 3 dots or a tent make the letter tha. Tha. Practice writing the letter tha now. Okay, let's go on to the bottom of the page where we're going to learn to write the letter jeem. Jeem. This one's a little tricky, so you'll want to watch carefully. Here's your line. Start above the line, go back down underneath the line, and put a point in the middle. Start here, go over, back around underneath the line with a point. The letter jeem. Let's try it again. Start above the line, back down around, and a point in the middle. The letter jeem. Now complete the page by writing the letter jeem. Page 7. On page 7, we're going to learn to write the letters ha and cha. The shape is exactly like the letter jeem that you did previously. But for ha, there's no dot. For cha, we put a dot on top of the letter. Let's begin with the letter ha. Ha. When you say the letter ha, you feel a lot of air coming up through the throat. Let's begin to write it. Here's your line. You're going to start above the line, come back, go down underneath the line, and you're done. The letter ha. Ha. Each time you write the letter, I want you to say the letter out loud. That will teach you the correlation between that letter and the sound that the letter makes. Now go on to the bottom of the page and we're going to write the letter Cha. As I mentioned, the letter Cha looks exactly like the letter Jim and the letter Ha. The difference is the point that goes above the letter. Let's try to write it together. Start here, go over, back, down, around, and put 1 point up. Again, start here, go over, underneath the line, and 1 point up. The letter Cha. Now complete this page. Remember to say the letter each time you write it. Turn to page 8. On page 8, we're going to learn to write the letters dal and thal. Now just a little note. Most letters in the Arabic language are connected to each other. But in the Arabic language, there are 6 letters that are considered one-way connectors. Dal and thal are 2 of those one-way connectors. Another one is a letter that we've already written, the letter Aleph. Let me give you the rest of the one-way connectors as well. So our one-way connectors are Aleph, Dal, Thal, Ra, Zay, and Waw. Let's go over those again. Aleph, Dal, Thal, Ra, Ra, Zay, and Waw. Aleph, Dal, Thal, Ra, Zay, and Waw. Anytime you have one of these letters, it can be preceded with something, but anything that follows it, you have to leave a space, which means that sometimes you'll see a space in the middle of a word. Now let's try and write the letters Dal and Thal. Let's begin with the letter Dal. If this is your line, Dal is a small letter. It only goes about 1/4 of the way up the line. You start here, go around, and just leave it on the line. Remember that it can't connect to what follows it. Dal, Dal. The letter Thal looks exactly like the letter Dal, only it has 1 point up. Remember that both Dal and Thal are one-way connectors. The letter Dal, the letter Thal. The only difference between these 2 letters is the point that you find on the letter Thal. On the next page, we're going to learn to write the letters Ra and Za or Zay. Again, both of these letters are one-way connectors. They can be preceded by a letter, but anything that follows it, you need to leave a space. When we write the letter Ra, if this is your line, we start above the line and go below the line, just like that. And the letter Za or Zay starts above the line, goes below the line, but in each case we put a point above it. The letters Ra and Zay. Now fill the page yourself and practice writing the letters Ra and Zay or Za. Our next pair of letters are Sin and Shin. They look exactly alike except for the points. seen, and sheen. Let's begin with the letter seen. You're going to start about a quarter of the way up the line, go down and up, down and up, down underneath the line, and back up. Let's see that again. Down and up, down and up, down underneath the line, and back up. So your line would be right about here. Okay? You start about a quarter of the way up the line, go down and up, down and up, down underneath the line, and back up. The letter seen. Now let's try the letter sheen. It's made in the same way that seen is made. Start about a quarter of the way up the line, down and up, down and up, down underneath the line, and back up. But this time, put 3 dots over the beginning portion of the letter. And this time it's pronounced sheen, sheen, like the SH sound in English, sheen. You may also see the letter written like this, with a tent. Can you remember what other letter you just learned that has a tent? That's right, the letter tha. Tha. So anytime you have 3 dots above a letter, you can use the tent. Now complete the page writing the letters seen and sheen. Our next pair of letters also look alike. The letters are sawed and dawed. Sawed and dawed. An interesting point about the letter dawed is that the sound dawed, as pronounced in Arabic, is only found in the Arabic language. These days, because the Arabic alphabet is used in lots of other languages, it's pronounced differently. So you have the letter, but the sound is different. But the letter dawed and the sound dawed, as it's pronounced in the Arabic language, is only pronounced that way in the Arabic language. So very often in poetry, they refer to the letter dawd, or they refer to Arabic as the language of dawd. Lughat dawd, the language of dawd, because the sound dawd, as it's pronounced in Arabic, is only found in the Arabic language. Now let's practice the letters sawed and dawed. Let's start with the letter sawed. It's a little tricky, so pay attention. We're going to start on the line, go up, make a little fish, then follow the fin of the fish, the upper fin, go down underneath the line, and back up. Again, start on the line, go up, make a fish, go underneath the line, and back up. The letter sawed, sawed. To write the letter dawd, you're going to do the same thing. Start with your fish, follow the upper fin of the fish down, underneath the line, and back up. But this time, you're going to put 1 point over the letter. Dawd. Finish the page by writing sawed and dawd. Make sure to pronounce the letter each time you write it. Okay, now we should be on page 12, so open your book to page 12. Here we're going to learn how to write the letters ta and tha. Ta and tha. We're going to begin by the letter ta. The letter ta and tha are tall letters. So you're going to go about 3/4 of the way up the line and just make it like that, from up and down. Or You can also start on the line, make a loop, and go back and put your stick or stem, the letter ta, ta. Whether you start it on the line or you start above and make your letter ta, doesn't really matter if it's at the beginning of the letter. However, if you're in the middle of a letter, you will find that it's easier if you start on the line. You can continue writing the letter, and then when you finish, you go back and put your stem. The letter the is made in the same way, only you put 1 point over it. So the letter the has 1 point over the bottom part of the letter. Ta and the. Now finish writing the letters ta and the. Okay, turn to page 13. On page 13, we're going to write the letters ein and rein. They're a little tough to pronounce. Ein and rein. Let's begin with the letter ein. It's way back in the back of the throat. You start above the line, make a scoop, and then a big scoop that goes below the line. The letter ein. Ein. To make the letter rein, you draw the letter ein just as you had previously, but put 1 point over it. The letter rein. Ra. Try to make that sound. It's almost like gargling. Ra. Rein. Rein. Now complete the page. Our next letters are fa and qaf. Fa, qaf. They're virtually identical except for the number of points. The letter fa has 1 point over it, and the letter qa has 2 points. Let's begin with the letter fa. If this is your line, we're going to start above the line, make a scoop, and bring it up with a long tail, 1 point up. The letter fa. Fa. Now it's important to note that the letters may look differently depending on where they're found in the word. Letters in Arabic can have up to 4 different shapes. If it begins with the letter, it looks one way. If it's in the middle, it looks another way. If it's at the end of the word, it has another shape. And finally, if it's in isolation, it looks another way. So each letter can have up to 4 different shapes, depending on where they're found in the word. The letter qaf is made in the same way, but it has 2 points up. Can you name another letter with 2 points up? That's right, the letter ta. Ta has 2 points up. Here, we're writing the letter qaf. Qaf. Practice writing the letters fa and qaf. When you write each letter, make sure to say the name of the letter. Fa and qaf. On the next page, we're going to write the letters kaf and lam. Kaf and lam. The letter kaf is a tall letter. It starts about 3/4 of the way up the line. You go in a straight line, then curve up, and then you put a letter that looks like Hamza in the middle. Let's try that again. Start 3/4 of the way above the line, go down, scoop it around, and put a Hamza in the middle. The letter kaf. Kaf. Now let's try the letter lam. The lam starts above the line, goes down, and curves up. The letter lam. Now finish the page by writing the letters kaf and lam. Make sure that you pronounce the letter as you write it. Okay, on the next page we're going to write the letters meme and noon. Let's begin with meme. It's a small letter. You make a little scoop and a long tail that goes below the line. A little loop and a long tail that goes below the line. Try it yourself. The letter meme. Meme. Whoops, I put a little I in that one. You don't need that. Okay, make a scoop and a long tail that goes below the line. The letter noon looks a lot like our letters ba, ta, and tha. It's a little bit more rounded, and it has one point up. That's the most important thing about noon. It has one point up. Try it again with one point up. The letter noon, noon. Complete the page. Hang in there, we're almost done. Just 3 more letters. We're going to start with the letter ha. The letter ha is written in a number of different ways. Actually, the picture shows how the letter ha looks when it's written at the beginning of a word. I'm going to show you how to write it in its isolated position, like the rest of the letters that we're learning today. The letter ha starts at the top, goes down, and you make a little teardrop shape, just like that. The letter ha. What you see in the picture is the beginning of a word. It's a little bit different. I think they make it that way because it's a little bit prettier, but when it's in isolation, it should actually just look like this. Now let's go on to the letter wow. Wow, remember, is a one-way connector. Can you remember the other one-way connectors? I know it's a little tough at first, but let's go over them again. Aleph, dal, thal, ra, zay, and wow. So wow is your last one-way connector. Let's practice making the letter wow. If this is your line, you start above the line and just go down and around. So the letter starts above the line and ends up below the line. And then you just leave it there. It can't connect to anything that follows it. The letter wow. Now complete the page by writing the letters ha and wow. Okay, now we're on the last letter of the Arabic alphabet, the letter ya. The letter ya makes the ya sound. It also makes the e sound as a vowel. It starts above the line, goes below the line, and has 2 points down. It's a very pretty letter. The letter ya. Ya, or e. Practice writing the letter ya. Fill up the page. Okay, you've done really well today. Now let's review the alphabet. Remember, we write from right to left. I'm going to say the letter, and I want you to repeat it after me. Aleph, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, dal, thal, ra, zay, sin, sheen, صاد ضاد طا ظا عين غين فاء قاف كاف لام ميم نون ها واو yeah. Let's try it once more. I'm going to say the letter and I want you to repeat it after me. Aleph, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, dal, ذال را زي سين شين صاد ضاد طا ظا عين غين ثاء قاف كاف لام ميم نون ها واو yeah. They always say the third time's the charm, so let's try it again. Listen and repeat. Aleph, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, dal, ذال را زي سين شين صاد ضاد طا ظا عين غين ثاء قاف كاف لام ميم نون ha wow yeah. Good job. Now let's review the one-way connectors. Can you remember what they are? Good. Aleph, dal, ذال, ra, zay, and wow. Aleph, dal, ذال, ra, zay, and wow. Remember that Arabic has 3 long vowels. The long vowels in Arabic are Aleph, Waw, and Ya. Aleph makes the ah sound. Ah. Waw makes the oo sound. Ooh. And Ya makes the e sound. E. Ah, oo, e. Okay, class, you've done great today. Now make sure that you can understand each of the letters. Practice them over and over again and memorize them. Practice writing each one and then saying the name of the letter. And remember, these are the names of the letters, not the sound that the letter makes. When we begin to put letters together to form words, we'll learn the sounds that they make. Ma salama. Masalama means goodbye.